Hi everyone, welcome back. Today is a makeup alternative update for you. I have a new formulation we're going to try out. It's got 4 ingredients. I still have my bentonite clay, but it also includes arrowroot powder, beet powder, and cocoa powder. So 2 new ingredients, the arrowroot powder and the beet powder, I have already skin tested on myself and that came back negative. Yippee! So we're going to give that a try. I told you in my previous video that the beet powder just was not really economical for me, and one of my viewers recommended Kate Naturals. So I got that off of Amazon, and we're gonna see how it works. Another thing I want to try out is seeing if I can put that beet powder in some coconut oil and what kind of mixture it would take to make sort of like a lipstick. So a couple of experiments today. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so we're going to start off with our base just like we ordinarily do. Got our bentonite clay powder here. I don't want a whole bunch though because I'm going to be using the arrowroot powder also as a base. So that would be just about enough. Now I'm going to use some of this arrowroot powder, and the arrowroot powder seems to be a little bit more fine than the bentonite clay, so I want to be a little careful with it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so that gets our base done. Now we're going to move on to the colorants. And just like last time, I've got this cocoa powder here, and I want just the tiniest bit because, again, I'm light-skinned. So that is probably, yep, that's enough. Okay, and now we want the beetroot. The beetroot smells just like the beets you get out of a can. It's delicious if you like beetroots. And again, just the tiniest little bit. Let's see if I can get it to, yeah, just like that. Just the tiniest little bit. And again, I'm just going to shake to combine. Okay, so that's very little. I want to show you what the previous powder looked like. The one that we made in the other video. It's like this, and this one is like this. So this one is just kind of a different shade than the other one. Again, something to be expected because this one is using turmeric, that's going to have your orange in it, and this one is using beet powder, so that's going to have your red in it. Now let's see how this works. I do not currently have anything on my face other than the brow pencil. And just so you know, it's been rainy here, so that's washing all the pollen down. And so that's also why I'm having to do a little bit something different with my lighting because it's still overcast. But we're going to see how this works. Okay, so I have my little lid for my spice jar. Snap that on, put a little bit in the lid, and then let's see how close I can get to the camera without it being awkward. As you can see, this is mostly just going to take off some of the shine. It does not, it doesn't cover anything. It just helps with the shine that I might have going on. Sometimes I haven't really figured out, is it me or does it actually help with some of the coloring to make my skin a bit more even? But really I think it just helps with the shine. Let's see. I think I missed a little bit over here. And there you go. I'm getting a little bit close to my eyes, and I'm not really afraid to do that. Sometimes when I put the bentonite clay powder like on my lids, sometimes it will make my eyes itch a little bit, but getting it underneath my eyes doesn't cause me that much of a problem. So let me know what your experiments yield and what you think. Now we're going to move on to the lipstick. Okay, let's see how this works out. Now, just because I haven't said it earlier in the video, know that none of these products are sponsored or affiliated or anything like that. This is just my honest experimentation and review. So we've got our coconut oil here, and I'm going to add a dab. It's nice and warm here, so although it isn't liquid, it is, well, you can see it's very soft. And then I want to add beet powder. Now I know that this beet powder is going to color the coconut oil, and I know that I can use the coconut oil on my lips. What I want to find out here is how thick of a paste can I make? So rather than using just a little bit like that, let's pour it on and see just exactly how thick we can make this. Is it going to make like an actual paste, or is it just going to be, you know, liquid red? Okay, let's start with that and see how far we get. Oh, I might have added more than I actually needed to. I'm kind of happy with how thick it is, but wow, look how deep red that is. I just don't know how that is going to work on my lips. This is going to be very interesting. Okay, you know, I really don't want to add more beet powder to it, so I'm just going to go with it and see. Let's just see what happens. Wow. That looks like I left my lunch on my lips. I don't think I really like that. Okay, so I've taken that off of my lips. I have a new smaller dollop of coconut oil, and we're going to try a little bit different way of doing the beet powder. I may have gotten a little bit overly excited with the beet powder last time. And let's just see if it will like meld together. I'm not really sure how I can get this to go without getting clumps in there. So I'm hoping that going with a smaller amount of both will help me kind of figure this out. Okay, so I don't know if you can tell, but although there is beet powder in here, I can really tell when I look at it that there's like little dots of red in the coconut oil instead of it being one smooth color. So I'm just going to add a little bit more and see how we get from that. Okay, looking more red, but still not quite. I can see like little areas of just coconut oil and not really red. So let's add a little bit more and see where we get from there. I wish maybe if I infused the coconut oil or something, I'm not really sure. Okay, I'm afraid to add more beet powder because what's in here is not really melting into the coconut oil. It's just sort of there. So let's see what this one is like. Not nearly as deep. I don't know. Let's see. You know what? I kind of feel like the beet powder doesn't add too much for the coconut oil. Or maybe I'm just not doing it right. Let me know if you have a better idea of how to do things, and certainly let me know if you've already experimented with this and figured out a better way. Thank you so much for joining me today and for staying with me to the end. Let me know any questions or suggestions you have for future videos, and we'll see you next time.